Every year, without maps, without instruments, billions of animals undertake journeys of extraordinary length and almost unimaginable precision. A bird the weight of a handful of coins lifts off a branch in the Arctic and flies, without stopping, for 11,000 kilometers, navigating by stars and magnetic fields, arriving at its destination within days of the same date every year. A whale crosses an entire ocean basin to reach the warm, shallow waters where it will breed. A butterfly, born in the mountains of Mexico, already carries within it a genetic map of a journey thousands of kilometers long. Migration is one of the most ancient and extraordinary behaviors in the natural world. And it is happening right now, all around us. Tonight we are going to follow some of these journeys, to ask what drives them, how they are navigated, what the animals that make them must endure. Let yourself settle, let your breathing slow, and imagine the feeling of a great distance ahead of you, and something deep in your biology pulling you toward it. Migration is the regular, seasonal movement of animals between different regions. The fundamental driver is the uneven distribution of resources across time and space. A place rich with food in summer may be barren in winter. Migration is evolution's solution. Track the resources. Move with the seasons. Be in the right place when conditions are right. But this solution comes at an extraordinary cost. Migratory birds may double their body weight in fat before departure. Their digestive organs atrophy during the flight. Their hearts and flight muscles grow larger. Their body reshapes itself for the task. And yet migration persists. Because natural selection, over geological time, has concluded that the alternative is even more costly. For most migratory species, the primary trigger is the changing length of the day. As days grow shorter, the changing light triggers a cascade of hormonal signals into the migratory state. A restlessness sets in. Ornithologists call it Zugunruhe, migratory restlessness. Birds in captivity become agitated at migration time. They orient themselves in the direction they would be flying if they were free. Something is calling them. The record for the longest migration of any known animal belongs to the Arctic tern, a small, elegant seabird weighing around 100 grams. Each year, it travels from its breeding grounds in the Arctic to the Antarctic and back, a round trip of approximately 70,000 kilometers. Every year, for 30 or more years. Over its lifetime, an Arctic tern may travel the equivalent of 3 trips to the moon and back. The bar-tailed godwit makes perhaps the most physically astonishing single journey of any bird. Each autumn, godwits lift off from the tidal mudflats of Alaska and fly south over the Pacific Ocean, without stopping, without eating, without sleeping in any conventional sense, flying continuously for approximately 9 days, covering over 11,000 kilometers to reach New Zealand and Australia. 11,000 kilometers, non-stop, over open ocean, with no land beneath them, and no possibility of rest if something goes wrong. Migratory birds navigate using multiple systems simultaneously. They navigate by the stars, by the sun, by the Earth's magnetic field. Some researchers believe birds may literally see the magnetic field as a visual overlay on their surroundings. Through quantum mechanical processes in their eyes, they navigate by smell, by landmarks, by the sound of distant coastlines carried on the wind. A migratory bird is reading the world through senses we do not have, with a navigational precision we can barely measure. In the oceans, the great migrations belong to the whales. Humpback whales travel up to 10,000 kilometers each way between their polar feeding grounds and tropical breeding waters. Grey whales make a round trip of up to 20,000 kilometers along the Pacific coast. The same routes, used by the same populations, for longer than human civilization has existed. Humpback whales also sing. Complex, structured sequences of sounds that evolve culturally, spreading from whale to whale across entire ocean populations. The ocean, for a whale, is full of voices, full of information. Of all migration stories, perhaps none is more improbable than the monarch butterfly. Each autumn, hundreds of millions of monarchs converge on a small cluster of forests in the mountains of central Mexico. Clustering on the trees in such numbers that the branches bend under their weight, the forest transformed into something orange and trembling and alive. No individual monarch makes the complete round trip. The monarchs that arrive in Mexico each autumn are the great-great-grandchildren of the ones that left the previous spring. The return journey north takes 4 generations, 4 butterfly lifetimes, each one moving a portion of the way. And yet the butterflies that arrive each autumn arrive at the same forests, sometimes the same trees that their ancestors used. The destination is inherited. The route is remembered by a species, not by any individual within it. It is one of the most extraordinary things that nature does. Other great migrations fill the natural world. Wildebeest crossing the Serengeti, leatherback sea turtles crossing ocean basins, dragonflies following routes as complex as any bird, tens of millions of red crabs marching across Christmas Island to the sea. Migration is not an exception in the natural world. It is, in one form or another, the norm. Life on Earth is in motion, has always been in motion. Many of the world's great migrations are in serious trouble. Climate change is altering the timing of seasons faster than species can adapt. Birds arrive at breeding grounds to find their food has already peaked and gone. Habitat loss along migratory routes breaks the chain of stopovers that long-distance migrants depend on. The monarch butterfly population has declined by more than 80% since the 1980s. These journeys took millions of years to perfect. They are threatened by changes that have happened in decades. These animals have no choice. They are responding to something written into them at the deepest level, a biological imperative that cannot be negotiated with. And in responding to it, they produce something that looks from the outside like extraordinary courage, like faith, like a trust in a destination that no individual has ever reached before. They simply go, trusting something they cannot articulate. Right now, as you lie here, birds are moving through the dark above you, navigating by stars you cannot see from where you lie. Somewhere in the ocean, a whale is traveling, singing into the deep water. In a forest in Mexico, millions of butterflies are waiting for the warmth that will tell them the journey home can begin again. All of this is happening, quietly, patiently, without drama. The living world is always in motion. On the stillest night, the world is full of ancient journeys being made by ancient travelers following ancient routes. Let that thought settle over you now, the sense of a world that is always, in some quiet way, going somewhere. Let yourself rest within it, still, for now, arrived, for now, in this particular place, on this particular night. Let your breathing slow. You are safe. You are resting. And somewhere above you, in the dark and the cold, something with wings is finding its way, as it always has, as it always will.